It's a great idea. Like honestly, 5-star idea, golden. And I've noticed you've been getting a lot of heat for something like that. Like a lot of people have been calling you a cuck, beta male, all that. And apparently you embraced the title.
I had yeah, according to the proud
All
beta
right,
male article I've had, yeah.
all right. Are you sure you feel that way? Like, okay,
Well,
because what's wrong
I'm
with being
pretty.
an alpha? Because Asian culture, if you're very much into Asian culture and European, it,
I've
it,
had a
it
talk
pretty
with
much
this with
tells you to be
Michael
an alpha
Bell,
male.
and I don't know if you're interested in Michael Bell. Michael Bell writes for Countercurrents. I've actually had a talk with Michael Bell in person about this, about the alpha and beta thing, and pretty much that article was written in a response to Bell's stance, and as well as Alex Montana's stance on the thing. And you probably would yourself subscribe to the alpha levels too, but it's more than that than just saying weakling and this. It's more of a
You,
tricky, artsy way of
well,
saying of an
well, to me,
Ubermensch.
an alpha male is not a. I think I just want to make this one point clear. I don't know if you're confusing an alpha male with a meathead jock to a gentleman. I don't know if you're. I'm not. I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. You seem very intelligent. But I'm just saying. I hope you're making that distinction because I like to consider myself to be an alpha male. And who knows? You have to put me in a position for me to prove that status. But I like to consider myself a games kind of person. But I consider myself to be a gentleman. I'm not a meathead. I'm not a some crazy bloke. Versus these so-called alpha males, they're not really alpha males. The football teams and whatnot, they're just a bunch of degenerates who have been putting on way too much muscles, steroids and whatnot. But the beta male, you got to understand something. A beta male is not natural. It's not something, even in anime, which I am, a fan of. Even the guys in anime are not beta males. They just look very, attractive by both standards. But overall, they are alphas. And, that was kind of something I'm like, yeah, I can understand why you're getting criticism from the other goys about that because it's not really good being a beta male. Maybe if it's a thing between you and your girlfriend, that's fine. If it's like a fetish between you two, that's none of my business, man. You do whatever the hell you want. Asian girls are forced into that stuff. I mean, from what I've heard, that's your business, right? Another thing I want to get on. I've looked at your books. Yeah, it's pretty much pornography. I mean, not once again, I'm sure it's good if you're into that sort of thing, but if you're serious about this Asian-Aryanism thing, dude, you can be writing books on discussing why Asians and whites work together. I mean, it isn't really a fetish thing. It's really,
um,
I mean, I'm interested because it looks like I think you just got off on the wrong start. I don't think you're, bad. I don't think you're a cuck. I think you just got off on the wrong foot. And I actually know where you're coming from. And if you want me to give you a guess where I think you're coming from, you are confused, like me, a so-called confused or lost member in the alt-right. You like the white nationalism, but you do like East Asia. And you want to, be accepted, right?
I
You want to be
mean,
accepted you want to
I,
be accepted in the movement as your own intellectual, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
It's funny you mentioned the Asian Aryan thing. I mean, I've been trying to stitch around a book, but I think Almanai's Babyface has some weird cut up paste style that has a manifesto in itself. But over time, when I'll write more blog posts, in the near future, you might see maybe a stable Asian Aryan book, hopefully.
Okay. And once again, if you're doing the podcast with me, and like I told you, I'm sorry if I seem controlling. I'm sorry if that's the image I'm getting. I hope you would understand. But we need masculinity to reign supreme. That doesn't mean dickhead. That doesn't mean we're angry skinheads or anything. Trust me, we're not into that culture. We're looking for masculinity. We're looking for men who want to make a difference. Fight for what you believe. Like don't do it for me. I'm some hell. How old are you? Right? You're like 20 or
Yeah.
you're you're an adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. I know it's odd taking your advice from a 17-year-old kid. I mean, I know. but please take my consideration, as maybe a possible influence. For those books that you've written, I haven't read them. I don't plan on reading them. I mean, maybe they are good. But if this is going to become a cause that you want to fight for, this seems more like a fetish. It just seems more like something that you should read to your girlfriend. Maybe she'd be into that. It's like hentai. You don't bring that to anything. That's someone else's business, right?
I mean,
so I would look.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, you don't have to like the books. I'm not forcing it upon anyone, but.
Well, no. What I'm trying to say is this, and I'm going to be honest with you. If you don't want to join the podcast, that's fine. But call me a dick. Am I going to steal the actual motive, what you're trying to do? I'm going to tell you right now, yeah. If you don't sign up for the podcast, I'm not going to steal Asian-Aryanism, but I'm going to steal the idea. I'm not going to lie.
Totally. I want that to happen. I mean, I'm not some leader of a new world. I'm just some guy. I'm just some artist that does things, and I'm glad you like it in that perspective. I mean, it's all I can ask for.
I thought I was the only one, to be honest with you.
Oh, no.
There was other people that were into it, but I thought I was like, okay, I'm a loner in this movement. Whatever, maybe I'll try to fight for something that's decent. And I see you, and you know what, man? I know it's probably embarrassing, but dude, you can scrub it away. Like, honestly, there's potential in you. And I know when I see potential. I mean, I would tell you right now, if you were like, okay, you're too far gone, no one's going to accept you, go die in a hole. No, I see potential in you, man. You could do something. I already came out with this idea. You just kind of got off on the wrong foot. I think you kind of took it a wrong way. But dude, the idea is great. Literally.
I mean, do something. You can do something too with it. I mean, it's not like trademarked or anything. Well, I mean, there's the website. That's a .com, but for obvious reasons.
Well, no, but like it would be good, and it would be good to have you in the podcast. It would be good to have men in the movement, because if you stand by this and you really want to get it out there. I mean, I'm not sure if you're thinking you're going to rise up and make this movement. Hopefully, you prepare yourself for defeat. I am doing that too. Bushido, prepare yourself for your own death, the art of death. I stand by that principle, hopefully. You should really consider. I beg you to really give a think about this, because you could be a part of something greater than what you're doing right now. Because I don't know how long Asian-Aryanism has been up. It's been like a month, or how long?
It's only been since well, the website officially went up in October, actually, so it's almost close to the 7/8 month thing. But obviously, I mean, it's weird because we could be talking about the franchise, but another thing is I've been having these thoughts since pretty much I was your age. But I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
okay,
not
but
developed.
When you're doing these thoughts, it's not political ideology. What you and I are into, I'm going to be honest, do I have a thing for Asian girls? Yeah, I do. But it's not. It's my business, though. And same thing kind of goes with you. It's not really. Now you're just going to creep them out. I mean, Asian girls are very submissive. They're very. Yeah, that's all true. But they also get creeped out. And I have a strange feeling. I'm not saying you're creeping them out or anything, but sometimes people go down that route, and they make a sight unpleasant for someone they care about. And, I don't want that to happen to you, because I see some potential.
I mean, it's nice that you care about my background, but I know, I may as well tell you this now. I mean, if you haven't guessed, I've been in the left-wing circles and avant-garde arts when I was a teenager, and basically what I'm doing is basically the next step after that, right? I know there's different backgrounds of the whole, well, you're coming from, you have a very proper stance on that, and I think what you're doing is good, but I would say I'm a part of a popcalypse culture, and I do my own thing, so I don't know, it's not for everyone, it's for pretty much a certain niche of people, so yeah, but there is good intentions, so.
Well, no, I mean, like, okay, but that's the thing I want to make it different. I want to kind of make different. I'm not saying what you're into is bad. What you're into is what you're into, man. We're all into our own stuff. Whether it's embarrassing or not, it's fine. I completely get where you're coming from. In fact, I actually, you remind me of me to an extent. I got to be honest. But this is not really, a fan club. This idea that you made, which I'm going to give you credit, it is pretty much your idea. It's a great idea, and it can be a politically sound idea, even in America.
You know, with my friends on Discord, we were talking. I don't think the word Asian-Aryan will last long if it becomes a division, because if you take it to a serious point, such words been throwing about was, I get pan-Eurasian, Asian, something.
Eurasianism would probably be better.
The
I prefer Eurasianism. I mean,
Eurasianism, that is a common word.
Here's what I think. In order for, our cause, and I do consider this to be our cause, in order for us to become successful, we have to team up with the white nationalists, because right now they're the only real racialists to have, a sort of a cause that's not been corrupted by them, echo. And the black nationalists have been corrupted, the brown berets have been corrupted. The white nationalists, no, and you know what? I'd rather them take over, because I know damn well they don't dislike Asians. They don't dislike them. They would just rather keep them in their own separate state. And I'm sure they would make a Eurasian state, because the proof is in the pudding with Kazakhstan, which I saw that you endorsed. You have a flag, right?
Yeah, it's in my room, actually. I'm Central Asian blood, so if you want to ask on my dad's side, it's... I mean, we could be talking about Central Asian one thing for a section, but, depending if you want to be serious with that, I'm more talking about the American and East Asian relationship in a westernized world compared to where we talk about Central Asian blood, like Sabina Al-Kadabova, that's another thing to consider. But
I mean, yeah, you're a half-who. I mean, you're half Japanese, right?
Yeah, Quartzium grandma's Japanese, so yeah.
Yamato or Ainu?
Obachan. No, I have a surname on the background, but I keep that on private.
Well, no, I'm talking about ethnicity, because like most Japanese people are Yamato, but I'm saying are like Ainu or Yamato?
The background comes from Sapporo, and so I'm trying to I don't really quite. It's very Americanized on my mom's side, so it's I have to look into that. So.
Oh, well, that's fine. Well, cool. The point I'm trying to make is this: give a think about it, because I understand, some stuff to take in. And sorry if it comes across, in a negative light. I'm very sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
You can actually do something very productive. Because I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I watched that one guy's video. Apparently, you paid him $300 to get the guy, like, what I'm talking about, the loser with the beard. You know what I'm talking about, the guy, the asshole.
Eric Clare. I love him. Love his work. It was every $300 for me.
I like his work. I like people like him, but it's no doubt that he's a loser. I mean, it's no doubt that he hasn't done anything with his life. No doubt. But I like his work still. It's kind of like Mike Enoch. I mean, I do like Mike Enoch and the right stuff, but it's no secret that the guy's a loser. I mean, he's a failure.
Have you met Mike? Have you met Mike?
No, I got.
I've met Mike. I've met Mike, and he's a nice guy. I don't think he's a loser at all. So.
Oh, because I'm still curious on the whole Jewish wife thing, because I am pretty tough on the JQ. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying kill all Hebrews, but you know what? When it comes down to Jews, I put Jews in the same boat with Muslims, and I'm not huge on them, because I believe Jews have corrupted the Semitic people, which technically I'm an old world combination. I just lack Dravidian blood, apparently. I do have some black in me, so technically I am a Semite, and they completely destroyed my ancestors and replaced it with Hebrew garbage. Sucking babies' penises once they cut off the foreskin. It's disgusting. I'm truly sickened by them. And the Muslims, because they destroyed Arabia. Arabia was such a beautiful place, and they had to destroy it. And, of course, Kazakhstan. The Muslims are the reason. Muslims and the communists are the reason why Kazakhstan will not become a superpower. It could be. Because, let's face it, the master race, which right now I consider to be many things, Eurasians, I mean, that's the only thing holding them back. They don't have a lot of numbers. Communism and Islam. That's it. Other than that, Eurasians, the world belongs to them. And I'm with you on that one. Yeah. But you met Mike Enoch. Is he cool? Or?
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I mean, He's super nice, and I don't think he's a loser at all. He's just doing his own thing. It's just I feel bad because the turmoil that he's getting against some of the petty drama that was happening earlier this year, and he has well intentions. I mean, he was on Richard Spencer's tour. He's now becoming more of a
Oh yeah,
activist, and I wish him luck on that. But I feel like it could
I do
put
too.
him in a bad spot. But now that he's out there, he's gonna do whatever. So it's same with Sven. Sven's doing this whole YouTubing thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, that's
Well,
cute, but whatever. Just good luck on it.
well, I mean, Spencer, I'm not saying I'm going to reach the level where they're at. Hope it'd be a dream. But for right now, this Operation Glorious, which is our podcast, or our agency. We kind of want to make an online agency of fascist operatives. It's just a project. We just want to see how far we'll go because there's absolutely no money going to this. Everybody participating. I mean, hopefully one day we can get paid through donations. But this is literally a project. I just want to see how far we can go because you got TYT, you got InfoWars, Red Ice. Red Ice doesn't really have money going into the complete donations. But you know what I mean. TYT, InfoWars, that sort. They're all supported by big corporations, and I want to see how far we can go. You know, a very unpopular opinion. That's not necessarily ooh, gas the kites or hang the niggers. You know, we're very unifying. Maybe racialist to an extent, but we're overall completely fine with having blacks in the movement. You know, I'd much rather be comrades of a black guy than a.
I just did a
angry
podcast
skinhead.
with Axiom TV. He's a black guy. He has only like 30 subscribers,
Yeah.
but he might rise a bit. But yeah, I was talking to a black guy a few hours ago. Hopefully that'll be on my Twitter soon enough. But yeah.
Okay. And once again, numbers. It would be great to have you on, man, because I need some people on the podcast.
I mean, yeah, all you gotta do.
It's really about fascism. I'll be honest with you. It's really about fascism. But we need different elements of fascism. So I'm actually fine with white supremacists being. I mean, I actually think white supremacy is justified in many levels. I don't hate them one bit. You know, I've talked to a few white supremacists. And I'm going to be honest, like, you apparently were called a cuck, right, by them? They don't call me a cuck. They actually respect, like, I don't know why they respect me, because I'm, like, literally, you know, I tell them, oh, yeah, I have black in me and I have Asian, but I plan on preserving the white race, as you know, I believe in polyamory, so I do wish to marry a white woman and have kids, share kids, whether that's through adoption or eugenics. I do believe in eugenics. I'm with that, the Korean cowboy you had on the show,
Yeah.
on to an extent. I don't believe blacks should be sterilized, but I do believe supremacy should rise. So I don't hate white supremacists at all. In fact, I actually think they're pretty cool guys. They don't seem to have a problem with me. It's just whenever I go in Stormfront or whatever, I feel like they're talking about me, you know, when it comes on race traders and whatnot, because of my fascination towards the Orient. But I don't know. I never really had that experience.
All you really have to do is just start your podcast and get. I know it's going to take you time, but just get used to get a Skype. Months. I mean, just all you have to do is just do it. I mean, pretty much start your podcast. And...
Okay, I am like, and this is probably a bad thing. I have no clue if this is good or bad. I am a starch perfectionist. I cannot put out crappy work, and if I do, I feel really bad about it. It's you know, if I'm going out there, I'm not hiding my face. I'm just going to show my face. I'm completely disassociating myself from my family's business and whatnot. So hopefully, you know, I probably won't be doxxed. I don't want my family to be harmed at all.
Of course.
When it comes down to work, I have work. Yeah, I'm working, and hopefully I can have some money to put into the podcast. So if I'm going down, you know what? Why not perfect it? I don't want to have some crappy little podcast. Why not do good?
Yeah, I mean...
And that's what I'm trying to say. And you're kind of already out there. I don't know your real name. I don't think it's appropriate to ask for it. I'm just going to call you pilleater. But you're already showing your face. So and right now, people are laughing at you. They're staining your honor. Why don't you shove it in their face and say, I told you it was a good idea? It's not just for cucks.
Well, yeah, I'm already doing
anime real.
Well,
you know what? Anime is awesome. It'd be cool if you were more like anime. You know, it'd be really cool. Like, what's life like in anime?
I already wrote
You
some
know,
articles for Anime Right. I mean, they're floating over there, but I just reposted them on Asian-Aryanism in the old archives. But I'm through with the
yeah.
Anime Right. I find them as weeb nationalists, but not true Asian-Aryans. But they can be yellow-pilled to become Asian-Aryans. That's my thought about the Anime Right.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Yellow pilled. I've been trying to. I'm sure you just came up with it. I was. What exactly does it mean to be yellow pilled?
I mean, if you consider people who are, like I said, the anime right crowd, they like all this Japanese stuff. They're into nationalism, whatever, but they'll go so far to say, "Nah, I just want to have some white kids, and I'm not. Everything is just playful." If they get yellow pilled, they'll start to realize Asian Aryanism isn't good, and that Asian women are great, and that that there is nothing really that important about they become full fledged Asian Aryans. Another way I use an opposite term, new cuck, when basically you have a basically already someone who's race mixed with an Asian. They have your Asian kids. You ask them, "Oh, you got an Asian wife," and they say it has nothing to do with it. They get yellow pilled and they discover Asian Aryanism. They realize they have a new destiny with their children. It's basically making them aware of all these anti-liberal agendas and going the next step, really. And that's all I ever asked for, really, is to yellow pill the world.
All right. I mean, I actually kind of agree with you on that one. I mean, I'm following the glorious one, which the golden one. I hope to follow. I hope to contact him. It'd be cool to get him on the show. And I gotta be honest with you, I had plenty of inspirations on my life. That guy really inspired me. He got me to lift weights. I'm pro gains now. Pretty proud of my.
Do you have any
right
tats?
here.
I don't have tattoos.
What?
Do you have any tattoos? I don't have tattoos.
Oh no, I'm not Yakuza. I don't do tattoos.
Yeah, I don't have any tattoos yours, but I lift weights and
Not that I don't have a problem with tattoos. I don't consider people with tattoos to be fags. People go like, "Ooh, National Socialist versus neo-Nazi."
I mean, it sounds like you're a type of person that's into hardcore. Are you into hardcore or anything?
I'm not. Okay. By my logic, am I into hardcore? Kinda. I get along with the hardcores. I mean, I've met plenty of neo-Nazis, and I told them my beliefs, and I told them, yeah, but I still plan on preserving the white race. I don't give a shit what you think. I'm not
Hey, do you
going to
know
come to
a
you for
band?
approval.
This might sound really silly, but you know a band called Juju?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not into the neo-Nazi scene when it comes down to bands and whatnot. I don't like it. I mean, when it comes down to music, I'm going to be honest with you, call me a fag. I love simplistic music. I love traditional Asian music. I love Disney music. Beauty and the Beast.
Fine.
I love simplistic stuff.
I just know some people in the scene, and I just wonder if you know that guy or know this guy and connections, Asian-Aryan. That's basically.
I have no clue about the bands. I don't listen to neo-Nazi bands. I've tried to, but I kind of got sick. I mean, the first song I listened to, what was it? I remember I watched a movie, Australian movie. You probably heard of it, Romper Stomper. Yeah, I saw the music. It's like, oh, the I'm not into it. I'm just not really into the whole neo-Nazi.
All right.
I'm not that I dislike them. Okay, many of them are shills, true. I don't dislike these guys. People are like, oh, I hate Nazis. No, I don't hate Nazis. I actually think they're good people. I think they're good people with good intentions. I met plenty of them. They're just young people who want to be with the race. That's it. I mean, these people are not asking to take over the world. Now, maybe you got a few that say, well, once we get the ethno-state unified Europe and North America and the colonies, maybe we could take over the world. Well, you know what? Us Eurasians will deal with them. We'll put them in their place if they decide to do that. If they do want a Holocaust stuff, they won't, right? Sorry, they're not going to do it. And also, they're not in the place to do that. And they understand this. And the thing I get pissed off with, I think the reason when people are afraid of neo-Nazis is because people come to them for approval. Have you noticed a bunch of Asians, and I call them cucks? There's one kid, he's around my age, I'm sure he's older now. His name was Hubert Yuen, and he was an Asian National Socialist. And he made a video, and I think he took it down. And I'm like, oh, this kid's such a cuck.
No, he sounds
he's
pretty
like talking. You watch his video?
No, I can't. No, I have to. But...
Okay. Oh, no, it's deleted. He was like around my age, so obviously he doesn't know shit like me. Hopefully, I had the same opinion for years now. By years, I mean I was a really young age. I got into fascism. You're not going to believe this. I don't expect you to believe this, but if I'm going to be honest with you, I got into it when I was in elementary school. And big inspiration, laugh all you want, the Indiana Jones movies. Nazis looked awesome, so I looked into because I got in trouble. I remember when I was in second grade, they had this writer's workshop activity and said, "Oh, people you admire, look up to other than your family," or something like that. And of course, in Indiana Jones, the third movie, it was Adolf Hitler. So I wrote them down because I thought the Nazis were actually kind of cool. I liked the uniforms. I got in trouble, and they had me watch a film on the Holocaust, which they do that to kids, by the way. Little 8-year-old kids. I was not haunted by it. In fact, I kind of thought it was kind of cool, to be honest with you. I mean, shit like that impresses me. Like even if Hitler did do that stuff, I'm impressed. He had the balls to invade the whole world.
When I was in 10th grade, I had to do a science history project on fascism. I was like, oh, how boring. Until I actually was forced and read it, I loved it. And sooner or later, I got Christopher Hibbert's biography of Mussolini. And I really much enjoyed that. I was really into World War II history. Simple things like that,
Yeah. And, at a young age, maybe it's because of the Obama election, I kind of got a little curious because, we were at Canada at the time. I'm not Canadian, but we were living there in Ontario. And, after the Obama election, I got into politics. I looked up what he stood for, and also the civilization games I used to play got me into politics. And, well, I discovered fascism. I done some research on fascism, and I got to say I was pretty concrete sure that my positions, when I was like around 13, 14, so a really young age, of course I kind of kept it to myself because I didn't want to get my ass kicked. Just not that I was afraid of it, I had my share I had my share of fights, winning and losing. But I'm not really talking about, the Nazis way too much. It wasn't until Trump until I got more open because, long story short, we moved around a lot. I moved to Texas, El Paso, and then New Mexico. And New Mexico's famous for their gangs and whatnot. So, kind of wannabe gangsters going to my school, and I'm not, bloody hell, I'm not getting killed by them. They burn kids alive for that stuff. And I'm like, I mean, if they ask me, I'll tell them what I'm into. I told a few kids, but I'm not going to do that. It's not worth it. So, yeah. So it wasn't really until the whole Trump thing. Now I'm telling everybody, I'll wear my Trump hat in public. No problem. My Make America White Again hat, I have no problem with that stuff. I just kind of put out a flag and hope my friend sees it.
Did you have sex yet?
No.
Okay. Just interesting.
Nor do I plan to this year because I'm a friend. A what?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm just saying. I mean, no. I'm just when I was your age, I pretty much got a blowjob during that time. So.
No, it's not that I couldn't have had one. But I'm gonna sound like such a white knight. Oh my god. But okay, I'm a firm. Maybe it's because I'm very close to my mom, and I remember her telling me, obviously it's not bad. I'm not against, a girl doing that stuff. However, I will say this: girls, I'm actually against it when guys, the Netflix and chill culture. I'm against it at a young age, and the reason why is because girls when they go with someone, they don't want a one-time deal like us dudes. Now, trust me, I've plenty of times, and I remember this girl. Half black though, but it's fine with me. I don't really care. Polyamorous and all. She had a huge crush on me. Actually, really, really hot. And I knew very well if I asked her, to give me, a blowjob, she probably would have done it. But I don't believe in it, and the reason why, I'm probably not going to be with her. I don't, we talk on the phone, but I'm probably not going to be with her. So. And, girls, they don't view it sex like us guys, we view it as hands-off masturbation. They view it as, they're going to be with this person for the rest of their lives. They're serving, a man, that's going to protect them. And these, fuckboys, they're basically cheating these girls. They're basically, treating them like shit without literally treating like shit.
Yeah, and
And I don't believe
I
in
know what
it.
you're talking
I think
about.
it's
There's a
really
whole culture where it's like these guys are basically, they're not that they're sensitive and they like these girls, but they play around. I think it's more of like the girls are enabling these guys, and then the guys are just going with these girls, and then when the girl says no, then that's it of the relationship. And the guy doesn't basically stand up and be like, "Hey, let's marry and have kids." It's a very strange thing, and oddly enough, I would like to see, I do believe the sexual politics is really damaged today, but it really all it takes is a man to step in and say, I'm interested in settling down married, but I don't know, people just goof around too much today.
you see. I mean, here's the thing though, and it's because, and maybe the feminists are right in this. Women kind of have it tough because, and men both, but women also have it tough, and the reason why is because, well, you're kind of expected to sell your body at a young age. You're kind of expected to, the twerking culture, being a slut and all that stuff. I'm not saying, girls shouldn't sleep around. They shouldn't sleep out with guys they don't know. I'm against that, and I'm against it when guys do the same thing. I'm not a hypocrite. I don't believe in calling guys studs for sleeping with a girl at a party that they don't know. And I don't believe in condoning, girls that do that. But if they're gonna do it like, people call girls sluts for, fucking their boyfriends, people they actually love every 2 seconds. I'm not against that. I believe in, it's an ancient, many civilizations had it. You should probably be aware of it. The ancient Romans believed it, and they were right. The Japanese believed in it, the Koreans, the Chinese, the Greeks. When someone has lots of sex with the right people, they'll live a very long time. Well, apparently they do. As long as you have it safe, you don't go with random people, you can trust the person, hopefully you don't have STDs, you can live a very long time. Apparently it does a lot of good. And
Do you think I just was interested, but do you think it's a benefit when you start seeing often males and Asian females coupled roaming around, and even to extent Asian male like females? I look at it as a good sign if I see around my Chinatown area that I often will see white male Asian females. It may be twee, it may be this Netflix culture you're talking about, but they seem to be having this good vibe of Asian-Aryanism going around. It's just that they're new cucks who just won't admit it, or they're secretly yellow-pilled and don't want to admit it.
I'll tell you this. I actually agree with you on that one. A lot of men on the alt-right and the white nationalist scene, a lot of them are secretly yellow-pilled. A lot of them. Richard Spencer, apparently he denounces it now. Okay, well, a lot of people can say that. You'll have to prove it to me. He apparently dated an Asian girl.
Yeah.
Jared Taylor is still very much into the whole Asian scheme. He just said he was date one. He's from Japan, literally. Andrew Anglin, now, he, according to him, he was doing work in the Philippines. I'm sorry, I don't buy that shit. I don't buy it. No one does business in Manila.
And we can go John Derbyshire, Robert Weisberg, Charles Murray.
I have a really hard time. Even if he was working there, well, a guy must be lonely, and, well, Asian women, as the world knows, are the most attractive by most standards, and they love you a long time. Buy them a few drinks. I have a really hard time. He did not touch any of that. Sorry, I'm just not buying it. And people go, oh no, he's very moral about it. I honestly doubt that one. He's lying. And then of course you got Tom Metzger, who's not really into the whole. He's been to Japan apparently to discuss something with some Japanese National Socialists, but he goes to Mexico often. He claims it's for business trips. Sorry, no one goes to Tijuana on business trips. Everybody knows why. You by yourself are going to Tijuana. Mm-hmm. Mexican girls, cheap. So I despise those people that are hypocrites. I despise, and Mike, I have a really hard time believing that he just found out she was Jewish without talking to her. I have a real hard time believing that. I'm sorry. I think he was saying one thing and doing another. In the secret. And I despise that. Not that I despise the act. Obviously I'm for your Asians. Whenever I see a white and Asian couple, I honestly, many white nationalists would say, like, ooh, that's disgusting race mixing. I don't. I actually think it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I think it's evolution.
That's my theory too, and when I see it, I mean, I do feel with the feeling that some guys will feel jealous, but if you feel jealousy, that's also a good thing because it's also saying you're looking for a mate like that in a relationship like that. For Christ's sake, I've been around friends who are basically whites dating Asians and Asian males, even some with white girlfriends, and it's this hodgepodge. I know the politically PC term is Asian American, but really it's Asian-Aryan, and it's an urban city liberal thing.
They want to become, I mean, like, they want to become white. I mean, and we want to, and a lot of us, very interested in the whole Asian scene while remaining American proud. I mean, I consider myself to be proud of my heritage while looking up to the example of the Orient, and they do the same thing with us. And you know what? I mean, when it comes down to whites and blacks mixing, I'm one of those people saying in rare cases, but honestly, I mean, if you're talking about just randomly, I don't support it that much, and it's because our genes were not meant to mix. We were not. Inferior genes mixing with superior. Asians, however, I mean, I get to see a birth defect from, from your Asians. The only one I can find, but this is only temporary, is that apparently with what, and you should listen to this one. Be careful. I hope the girl you're dating right now, I hope you guys get married. I hope you guys have a family. I wish you guys the best of luck. Mm-hmm. But apparently, a lot of Asian women, obviously are smaller than white guys. And, when they're pregnant, apparently their bone structure expands, and there's a lot of pain, in the Asian woman. Because normally the white child would be too big for her to carry.
It sounds like a Philip J. Rushton thing. Philippe Rushton would maybe say that, but that's fun. I like size. I think it's attractive. Very small, tall.
Well, no. She won't. No, it's only temporary, and some people can say it can link to, like all pain. Normally, Asian women can fight it because, as we all know, they're very into herbal teas. They're very into supplements. They, massages and whatnot. So I don't think it'll be a problem. But apparently there's a possibility, as always, it can link to cancer. It can link to, some bad stuff. Very rarely, but that's the only defect. That's the only bad thing. And also, of course, the Elliott-Rodgers syndrome. But he's a kike, so.
Oh yeah, it's a cliche almost today. I just embrace it, so it's like whatever.
Yeah. First off, Elliott-Rodgers, he's very. I despise the kid. He's very socially. He goes like, "Ooh, why are these girls not dating me?" Well, maybe you should go up to them. I'm not saying I had a girlfriend, but whenever I take a girl, I've taken a girl out on a date, right? And I go up to them, no problem. Hey, you want to go out?
Yeah.
And have I kissed a girl? Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
It's nice. But have I gone farther? No, I've not. And the reason why is because I respect them. I understand that we're different. They are looking for a man that can take care of them, protect them, support them, and we are looking for someone to take care of our needs too.
Yes.
I think. Are you into Greek mythology?
Sometimes. I mean, it is interesting stuff. Edith Hamilton book.
You know the story of Persephone, Ceres' daughter, being taken by King Pluto to, or Hades, if you're into the traditional sense. She was taken. Long story short, the reason why Hades took her is because, well, he's needy, and she's looking for someone to treat her with respect, and apparently he wasn't that respectful. So that would be, someone that's not very masculine. Women are looking for a man. They're not looking for a little boy. They're not looking for something from immature. Women are looking for a man. That turns their pussies dry when they hear, oh, you can do your thing, all that stuff. No, be a man, protect her, decide things for her while giving her a voice in the relationship, and they will in return, take care of needs and whatnot. And that equates to a happier relationship. The ancients understood this, and that is being deprived from the modern family, and that's why we're collapsing.
I can
You
also
know.
recommend Roger F. Devlin's book, Sexual Utopian Power. He's a real nice man. I saw him in person. I got my book signed with him. I brought my Asian girl too, so he actually wrote my name and my girlfriend at the time when I saw Roger Devlin. But
See, I'm gonna be
it's
honest with you, mate. I'm not. I'm sure it's your thing. When it comes down to sexuality, I know what I'm into, and that would be between me and my girlfriend. But that's just between me and plausibly her. I'm not really into reading up on that stuff. Sorry. When it comes down to, I'm more into philosophy. I'm more into theorems. I'm not an atheist because I believe in chi, I believe in kami, I believe that stuff exists all around us. But
true.
I do subscribe to Richard Dawkins, so I have obviously read his book, The God Delusion. Very much love his stuff. And do I dislike Christianity? I don't dislike it as a morale. I think Christianity has done a lot of good when it became moderate. I don't believe in it. I think it's bullshit. But sorry, I don't know if you are a Christian or not. But I believe church is a good thing. I believe in a Eurasian state, church is needed because church promotes unity.
Exactly.
I don't believe in it. I don't buy Noah's Ark. I think it's bullshit. I don't buy heaven or hell. But it's a good thing. Why? Because it promotes unity. Because it promotes family.
Exactly. That's the point.
You go to a church and it doesn't matter if it's bullshit. They talk about good things. And there's nice little, what are those mirrors called? Windows. But the nice paintings on, it's like little glass windows. They have Jesus and, saints on there and all that stuff. Well, if you're a Catholic. It's beautiful. I think it's wonderful. I think church culture is amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in it. And, that's kind of my thing. And I'm into that stuff. I'm into criticizing things. I'm into questions, And that's why when it comes down to where I'm at in the alt-right pill spectrum, I like to consider myself to be iron-pilled or glory-pilled. I'm red-pilled, but I think I'm going to take it farther. I do subscribe to the yellow pill idea, so I'm very loyal to that. Maybe the iron pill says just be masculine and take what's yours and, stand up for a cause that you believe in. And I think that's why many neo-Nazis respect me, because I tell them, I don't care if you think what I'm doing is degenerate or not. I don't give a shit. All I know is this: I'm going to defend Asians, I'm going to defend whites, I'm going to defend my people, and you're not going to stop me. If you are, kill me right here. And I think they, obviously I'm talking tough. Hopefully I can back it up. But they respect that. They don't get that vibe with you. You're kind of coming to them. They're like, oh, do you approve of this? So, they're not into that. They're into, listen, I'm fighting for my cause. I'm fighting for my people. We're having our state over here. We can both become allies. We hope a white nationalist and Eurasian ethno state would be an ally. We'll trade. But if we catch any of your spies in our country, that's right, we behead them. They like that stuff, Nazis. They're like, ooh, an ally, that's cool. Why do you think they like Japanese so much? Because the Japanese tell them, well, listen, we can be friends. You'll have an alliance. We find your spies in our country, we shoot them. They like that. And that's what you got to do. You can't be the little bitch. Not saying you are, but you got to make sure that you
so
have
do you
an
talk
element of
do you
dominance.
do you talk to your other friend about this, and he's quite is he like this yellow-pilled Asian-Aryan guy too, or is it just you at the current moment of the fascist thing?
I know a couple of people. I know a few Asian. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a few people in on the fascism thing in my school. Well, I'm homeschooled now, but and most of them are Hispanic because I lived in, of course, in Mexico. I did red pill some Asians, even one Japanese kid, and he's not necessarily a fascist yet. This one Chinese kid, he's from China. He's a cool guy. I got him in on the Trump train, so
it's pretty easy for you for girls. I mean, if you can just go up to your favorite, like you see a Chinese American girl, you can probably just go up to her and be like, "What's your number?"
Oh, I've been successful, girls. I've been successful.
Yeah, it's like, give me your number.
Guys, what?
No, I'm just joking. Like, you get their number immediately within the 1 day or in that same evening.
Yeah, I'm not saying Asian women are easy. They're not slutty. They just like, I think they're just attracted to whites and even their own men. I'd much rather them have a relationship with their own men too, because
Oh
there
yeah,
is a growing movement between Asian, and I do feel bad for them, and I hope I
exactly.
hope they
That's a
can
very
find a nice little. I think that's why polyamory is the answer. Kind of like what Hitler was proposing in the Third Reich. He was very much a fan of polyamory. He was going with two women, and he had no problems. I mean, that's just what it is. And I think Asian men, they're being neglected, and I do blame us. I do blame white guys. We're kind of taking their women. Maybe they still have a lot left, but it's not that we're more attractive. I mean, obviously, they prefer Asian features, but still, I think it's because we represent wealth and power. I think that's probably the reason. It's not because of looks.
I
Because
mean, it's
well,
also a surprise too. I've yet to write about this, but the like when white women like Asian men. That's a very interesting thing when that happens. I mean, you could be talking about Mike Shinado of Lincoln Park and how he has a white wife. I think that is a Asian male patriarchy and a new Asian-Aryan outlook. But yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Call me a cuck if you will. I don't really give a shit, but I actually prefer seeing Asian men going with white girls, and the reason
oh yeah,
why is because, and the reason why is because it's more stable. It's nothing personal between guys like you and me. But you know what? Most white guys that go with Asian girls, and I'm sorry to divide up the community like this, a lot of them are really weird guys, and a lot of them are just weird little people. And I would much rather have Asian guys going with white girls because white girls need that influence. And two, Asian guys are very respectful. They're very, no homo though, but they're very handsome people.
oh yeah.
They have wonderful faces. I'm not saying Nordic people are disgusting. Nordic people are, of course, very attractive. I think Asians and Nordic people tend to have the best features. Nordic people have high cheekbones. They have great noses, and Asians are just so perfectly fit, have wonderful eyes, and obviously the nose. I love the I'm very much into the flat nose thing.
Oh yeah.
I kind of have one, to be honest with you. So self-love, we was gangs, kind of thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, there's a lot you can talk on that, but it's going to be interesting when you start your podcast and maybe get these issues out on it. I mean, I know you're a
Oh
perfectionist,
yeah,
but you should just start as soon as possible because I don't know.
September. That's the due
September.
date. So
All right.
I'm trying to. Right now, I'm with my family. We're in an RV park. We can't do much. We're trying to get into the house, but yeah. Anyway.
All right. I'm gonna get going now, but it's nice talking to you. I just have to do some other things.
Yeah.
All right. It's nice talking to you. Hopefully, just
Yeah.
stay in
All
contact. Send
right.
me emails.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, one last thing. Think about this, man, because it would be great having you on. Maybe you don't have to be on the first day, but the offer
Just
is there.
contact
Okay.
me. Just contact me. I got my Gmail. Contact me through
If
that. I'll
you
be
if
happy
you
to
can
be
give
on.
me all your information, your phone number, because you're calling me on unknown. I don't see your phone number. So if you can give me your phone number, your Gmail, maybe we can discuss these things. And also, I guess you can say I want to help give you a makeover, a political makeover, because you kind of have a weird reputation and you don't deserve it. I think you're a cool guy. Let's do this, man.
All
I
right,
mean, why
cool.
not? You're going to have to work on a few things. I'm not going to lie. You're going to have to work on a few things, okay? But
All right.
I think it's very minor. I think there's a lot of potential.
All right. I gotta go now,
So,
but
let's.
I'm gonna keep in contact. Okay. Have a good day.
All right. Let's do this, man. Okay.
Talk,
As we are saying in
talk to
Operation
you soon.
Glorious,
I'm gonna
you
be on
do
your
great,
fascist
comrade.
podcast. Okay.
All right. If you have any questions about it, please contact me. All right.